If you've ever wanted to let your forms or surveys automatically calculate totals, percentages, or scores, the calculation fields feature in Formester will make your life much easier. In this video, I'm going to explain what calculation fields are, where you can use them, and how to use them in Formester. So stay tuned to learn more. So what are calculation fields? A calculation field is a feature that allows you to perform basic math such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division directly within your form or a survey. For example, in an order form, you can calculate the total cost based on the price and quantity of items entered by the users. Instead of manually calculating the values, the form does the math for you, providing instant results which will help you save time and reduce errors at the same time. Now let's see how to use calculation fields in Formester. So head over to the form that you want to make edits to. If you don't have a form, click on new form to create a new form. Let's go to the cake order form. And here we have a cake order form. So basically we have a picture choice field, which you can find over here. And we have 4 different categories of items. Each has their own price. And we have the quantity field. And here I have the calculation field. And I have a custom formula. So let's delete this and add a new calculation field. And I'll show you how to set it up. Now to add the calculation field, all you have to do is click on add elements. Then head over to others and click on calculation. And you can drag and drop this wherever you want. In this case, we'll leave it over here. Now let's quickly rename this calculation field to be total price. And to carry out the calculation, we have to create formulas. And to do that, we have to use the @sign to recall the field labels or variables and use the operators to carry out the calculation. So for example, we can say quantity times a variable cake price. So I have created a variable called cake price. I'll show you how to do that. So if you head over to the advanced and under form control, you will find the option called variables. And here I have basically created variables for each of the item in the order form. And here you can change the type of the variable from a text to a number. I have kept all of them as number and I have assigned default value as 0 because we will be using conditional logic to update the value of this variable based on the user's response on the first field, which is the picture choice field. So for example, if the person selects pi, whose value is 15, we will update this variable pi price to be 15 using conditional logic, and then we will recall this variable in the calculation field to carry out the calculation. So I'll just quickly show you how to set up the conditional logic. Let's hit save and head over to rules. So I'm in the section where we can create our conditional rules. So if you look closely, we have basically if-then statements. So if choose what you want, which is the first field, is equal to the option cake, then we are adding the value 10 to the variable cake price. Likewise, I have created rules for the other options. If the user selects donut, I'm adding 5 to the variable donut price. And if they select 15, I'm adding 15 to pie price. And if they select ice cream cake, then I'm adding 20 to ice price. Then I have also created rules for the payment options. So if the user selects Stripe as the payment option, then Stripe integration will show up. If they select PayPal, then PayPal will show up. And if you want to create new rules with AI, you can do it over here. Now, if you don't know what conditional logic is or how to use it, I highly recommend watching the video that pops up in the top right corner. Now, let's hit save and head over to the calculation field and create our formula. Now, for this form, I want to calculate the total price by multiplying the price of the item the user selects with the quantity and then show it as the total price over here and recall this total price in the payment options. To do that, we have to create the formula. So I'll use the @sign to recall the quantity and multiply that. In parentheses, I will recall all the variables for the different prices of different items and I'll basically add them up. So this is the formula. I'm basically multiplying quantity with the summation of all the different variables. So if the user selects ice cream cake, then the variable ice price will get a value of 20, but the remaining variables will remain as 0. So quantity times 20 will become the total price, and we will recall this calculation field total price in the payment section. So all we have to do is recall the total price in the amount, and we can do the same for the Stripe. So the form looks good. Let's go ahead and publish this, and let's preview. So let's select cake and enter the quantity to be 5. Now as you can see, the total price is automatically getting calculated. If I select donuts, then it will change to 25. If I select pie, it changes to 75, and if I select ice cream cake, it changes to 20. And if I select the payment option to be PayPal, as you can see, the price is getting pulled over here. And if I select Stripe, it is getting pulled over here. So where can you use calculation fields? You can use calculation fields in any kinds of forms or surveys, or even quizzes where you want to show a custom calculation to the respondent based on their responses. So it could be an order form where you automatically calculate the total price by multiplying the item price with the quantity, or it could be a donation form where you let the donors calculate their contributions based on custom inputs, or it could be a custom quote calculator where you show a quote based on their options selected, or it could be an expense report where you add up all the expenses to show a total amount. So that's it for this short tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you did, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And as always, I will see you in the next video.